Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Mike, and I'm here to do a response for the weekly chat with James Higgins. Hi James, and everybody else who wants to take part. So the music in the background, I don't know if you can hear it, but this is one of my favorite old records from the year 1974, James, the year you were born. This is Winter Light by Oregon. Nice meditative new age / jazz music. Okay, so anyway, it's January 2nd, so Happy New Year to everyone. And I woke up this morning we have 5 inches of snow on the ground here in Illinois, and I haven't been out of the house yet. This is my last day off before I go back to work tomorrow. I have a total of 14 days off for the holiday, and I'm kind of glad it's over, quite frankly. I'm looking forward to getting everything back to normal, whatever that means, I'm not sure. So I guess in this discussion, everybody's talking about what happened in 2013, the hopes and dreams you have for 2014, I guess in real life and YouTube life as well. And I think for me, as far as my YouTube life went in 2013, I think that my real life got so crazy that it tended to get in the way of YouTube. So as the year progressed on from maybe the summer, I stayed away from YouTube for weeks at a time, either making videos or watching videos. I just kind of got busy with other stuff, and I just didn't get around to doing this. And I found that the longer I stayed away from making videos, the more difficult it was to sit and be comfortable in front of the camera. So I had a couple of false starts, videos that I made and I didn't like them, so I didn't post them, or some that I posted and I took down the next day. So I don't know. So I just kind of got out of the habit of doing this. And so one of my goals for 2014 is to try to be more involved and keep up with what everybody else is doing, and also really to see a lot of films at the theater that are coming out, because I am woefully out of touch with the movies of 2013 and well, previous years as well, because I just don't go out. I'm very selective and I don't have a lot of time, and of course I've said this before, I'm just very much out of touch with the new stuff that's coming out, and kind of like to correct that. So anyway, something else I've noticed too, I've said before that I started out on YouTube talking about my record collection and trying to be a part of the vinyl community, and I found that in 2013 I think I only made maybe 2 videos that had to do with music. Everything else is about movies. So I think I've just made kind of a natural progression from talking about music to talking about films. I guess I feel more comfortable doing that, but I have several friends that I made in the vinyl community that I still follow and I communicate with every once in a while, and I cherish those people and I don't want to lose contact with them. So I might kind of go back and forth, you know, talking about records whenever I have something to talk about, and then going back talking about movies. And something else I'd like to do for 2014 is continue my series of a movie for each year of my life. I did one of those a few days ago. I'm not entirely pleased with it, but I posted it and left it up, and I finally made it to the year 1954. So I have a lot of work to do in that particular category. So I'm going to try to get around to it. I've already got a couple of movies lined up for 1955 and 1956, and after that I'm not sure. I have a lot of choices, but I just can't pinpoint exactly what I want to do. So, and something else I'm trying to do, which I've talked about before, is to get my TV room all put together and make it a nice presentation so that I can make a video and show you my collection and my posters and my photographs. I have a lot of things that I've had framed professionally that I've never hung. I haven't figured out exactly how I want things to go on the walls. But I had a couple of things framed recently I'd like to show you, professionally framed. These are reproductions of posters for Mario Bava's Black Sunday, and this is the original, reproduction of the original Italian poster, La Maschera del Demonio. Very colorful, very, very creepy. Okay, hope you can see that all right. And I also had another reproduction of the original French poster for the same film. Okay, Les Masques du Démon. So finally got those framed, and I want to get those put up, and hopefully in I don't know, I'm very slow with this kind of thing, but maybe within the next month or 2 or 3, I will be able to do a video and show you my TV room and my DVD collection. Okay, it's something I've wanted to do for quite a while, and I just, I'm very slow. Okay, so what else is going on? Lately I've been doing a lot of shopping at Big Lots. For some reason, when I have time off, I find myself in Big Lots 2 or 3 times a week looking for $3 movies. So I've been buying a lot of things, and a lot of them I haven't yet watched. But I'll show you what I've been picking up lately, just as a little bit of an update. Okay? Let's see. Alright, some of them are horror films. Gothica, Halle Berry. Johnny Mnemonic, I guess that's how it's pronounced. This is Keanu Reeves. Never seen that. Slipstream, Anthony Hopkins, science fiction. Brothers, Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire. Independence Day, $3. This is a great Indian film called Namesake, which I saw a couple of years ago, which is really a wonderful movie. I'm glad to have it. The kids are all right. Julianne Moore and who else is in it? Julianne Moore and Annette Bening. Okay. Here's an old goodie. The Electric Horseman with Jane Fonda and Robert Redford. Willie Nelson. Here's Burn After Reading. Okay. The Pelican Brief with Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts again. Charlie Wilson's War. Okay. Here's Matthew McConaughey and We Are Marshall. I did watch that. That was a lot of fun. Okay, here's one I tried to watch and I hated. National Lampoon's Las Vegas Vacation. This was a terrible entry in the series. Really not funny at all. I just couldn't finish it. So, it's kind of sad. The Gift. Film I've never seen. I don't know much about, but it's got a great cast. It's got Cate Blanchett, Giovanni Ribisi, Keanu Reeves. Who else? I can't see. Katie Holmes, Greg Kinnear, Hilary Swank. Looks pretty good. I actually started watching that, but I didn't get very far into it. Also, Creepshow. Here's a pack of 4 horror movies. Return of the Living Dead, Swamp Thing, A Bucket of Blood, which I already have, and Frogs with Ray Milland. Okay. Here's a double feature, Kelly's Heroes with Clint Eastwood and The Dirty Dozen. Here's a 1940s comedy from Paramount with Eddie Bracken called Hail the Conquering Hero. Eddie Bracken and Ella Raines, directed by Preston Sturges. Stephen King's Pet Sematary, which I've never seen. Here's Shock Treatment, which is the sequel to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, Ice Cube, and the Three Kings. Here's the American version of The Ring. Here is the 2-disc set. Yeah, 2-disc set of Peter Jackson's King Kong. And finally, here is a science fiction film that I have seen at the theater with Jake Gyllenhaal called Source Code, which I like very much. Okay, so I'm very happy to have that. So that's some of the things I'm watching. Here's a film I bought at, well, I've also been shopping at Barnes & Noble, and I bought this the other night, and I spent New Year's Eve with Mae West. 5 movies with Mae West, including her film debut from 1932, Night After Night. Big fan of Mae West, okay? And that was on sale, I just couldn't pass it up. I've also bought a film noir classic called The Postman Always Rings Twice. Let's see, and finally, I sent away for a couple of things from oldies.com. I don't know, for those of you who are my age, maybe you remember an old TV show called Hullabaloo from the 1965-66 TV season on NBC. And they're putting out some of these compilations. I've got 3 of them on DVD. Okay, Hullabaloo. And there's another one that was out of stock, which I'm going to try to get from another source. But this has great music from the 1960s. They have all kinds of artists like, well, on this one they have the Ronettes, Peter and Gordon, the Everly Brothers, the Hollies, Brenda Lee, the Strength, oh God, I can't. This printing is so small. Oh, Cannibal and the Headhunters doing Land of a Thousand Dances. I mean, this is just, a lot of these people, they were using their real voice to canned music, okay? And sometimes they'd have partially recorded music with some live music and people doing their voices. And every once in a while, somebody comes up and just lip sync an entire record. But it was a great. They had go-go dancers and all that, and yeah, I'm very happy to have these. These were. I guess the original masters of the films have been completely lost, so they're using the kinescopes, okay, which means that the video quality is not fantastic, but it's also not bad, and quite frankly, I'm happy to have them any way I can get them, so that's a lot of fun. And finally, I also got a couple of books I'd like to show you. One of these was a Christmas gift from Dave Koenig, A Fiend on Film. He sent me a couple of books, and one of them was related to films. It's called Hard Boiled. Great lines from classic noir films, and this is so much fun. So I'm memorizing lines now from film noir. It's got a lot of great illustrations from film noir, and let's see. Here's a great reproduction of the poster for Dark Passage, and it's got all kinds of quotes from different characters in these films. And also about another book. This is a book by my favorite film critic now, David Thompson, and it's called Moments That Made the Movies. It's a beautiful book where he takes individual scenes from something like, how many movies are there? 70 films going all the way back to the silent era unto the modern age, and he just does individual scenes, and he just describes them in great detail and how effective they were. How, for example, he does one of my favorite movies with Bette Davis, a film noir from 1940 called The Letter, and he does the opening sequence. He does the credits. He describes everything in great detail and how the credits unfold into the beginning of the film, which, for those of you who have seen it, Bette Davis's character at the beginning of the film, she shoots her lover, and it's just a very dramatic scene. There's no dialogue, it's just all the noise, the background, and then the sound of a gunshot inside of a house, and then a man staggering out onto the front porch and into the yard, and Bette Davis following him with a gun and just shooting him again and again until the gun is completely empty, and then she just stands there looking down at his dead body. And as the clouds pass over, this is at night, the clouds pass over the moon, everything becomes dark, and then finally the clouds move away, and the light of the moon surprises her so much that she turns around suddenly and stares at the light of the moon, and her face is lit up, and you can see her eyes as big as saucers, you know, revealing to her just what she's done. It's an exciting moment. Anyway, this is a fantastic book. I'm having a lot of fun reading it, and I'm babbling, so I guess I'll stop here. Once again, Happy New Year to everybody, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more interchange with everybody and communication in 2014. So, okay, thank you for watching. Comments are welcome.